visit, the sex ratio tends, the ideal sex ratio tends to be about 1 to 2, 1 male to 2 females. We are very close to 1 to 1, and monogamy is universal, and almost everybody marries monogamously. Therefore, our ideal sex ratio is 1 to 1. So pretty close to it. Pretty close to it. Did an analysis of births and deaths at 2 pueblos in the Southwest. One of them had 130 males born to 100 females. There was a tremendous excess of males. And the other, there were 65 males, 65 males born to 100 females. Therefore, there was a tremendous excess of females. But by the time they got to be age 20, they were 1 to 1 in both groups. So in the one group that had a lot of excess males, the males died, more boys died. And the one that had excess of females, more of the girls died. And by the time we got to age 20, which is the sort of a break point in the marriage equality in terms of age demography, you get this 1 to 1 ratio. Is this an ideal ratio? Do we have an ideal ratio in our species? I don't know that anybody really got into that question seriously.
Sex ratios?
Yeah, there's been a lot of work done on sex ratio, but in terms of ideal human sex ratio.
Oh, ideal?
Yeah. I don't know. Yes?
Well, right now it's 51-49, 49 corresponding to males, and I think it's leftover evolutionary patterns from the 1 to 2 ratio that used to exist in organizations, and also the lifespan idea is women tend to live quite a bit longer, and so some people think in some way it corresponds to that. How, I'm not sure.
The women, the females tend to live longer than males in almost all human societies.
81?
Something like that. Males are delicate. We have to be cared for very carefully. We're prone to all kinds of serious problems, including ones that we create ourselves. We won't talk about those. But yeah, we're just very delicate. Actually, the sex ratio at conception is probably something like 130 to 100. And those boys, those extra ones, die in utero. I mean, some females die, but more, a higher proportion of males die in utero before birth occurs. So at all stages of life, males are delicate and must be cared for very, very carefully, right? No, not really.
I think that more males than females exist in the whole entire animal kingdom, not just human beings. These little reptiles are cool. Somebody ought to try them out.
Yeah, I have no idea. I can't respond to that. Anybody have any more information?
Well, I'm just spitballing here, but with the way that hunting generally works, I would think that more heavily hunted species would be very likely to have more females, because you kill the males because the females can have more babies, just to use deer as an example. So I would think that would make it shift towards the females in that case.
Where males, just like baboons, males defend the truth and therefore are more likely to be killed. Yes.
Additionally, with species that accept and function with polygyny, the more males there are, the more problems there are, really, because the more dominant males are the only ones who have the competition in them to actually reproduce with the female, and the rest of them just die off. Most of the males don't actually get to reproduce, whereas all of the females do.
Yeah, and that's true in human, and most human groups. Most human groups. Yeah, if you want to have grandchildren, have a lot of daughters. That works boys are high risk. Boys are either big winners or big losers, ordinarily, in terms of having offspring. So, let's see, what was I gonna go with this? Aside from males being very delicate. Well, we have a number of interesting situations that we can test this in. For instance, mining towns. Mining towns attracted a lot of males and just a few females. And what was the murder ratio? Boys don't play well together when competing for females. Well, anyway, maybe a few studies would be interesting on that. Do we have an ideal sex ratio of 1 to 1? We are certainly very close to that. Let's see, what else? We'll talk about in terms of social organization. We have statuses that are gotten by two different methods. One is the scribe status, and that is the status that you're born into or that you're associated with. Mom is a dominant female, that's a dominant female. That would be scribe status. Dad's a banker, so you're the rich kid in town. He's achieved status, and that's the one we admire in this country. Things that you get because of what you have done. You became the CEO, not because your daddy was a CEO, but because you were good and you rose to that position. You became a famous actor, athlete, or whatever because of your skills. Yes?
No, this is going back to the difference in canine size.
Yeah.
Does that term apply to that as well, or only to differences in body mass?
Well, it's mostly body mass, but in other primates, not so much in humans, almost all in humans. But in other primates, gorillas, baboons and so forth, males do have these longer canines.
And so would that also be described as a sexual dimorphism?
Yes.
Or does that term apply?
Yeah, that is an example of sexual dimorphism.
Okay.
Exactly, yeah, good point. It's not just body size, but it's also some of the structures that are there. Also, canines and males come in later than they do in females, which means that, well, males mature later, females mature earlier. We'll always, that's what we talk about communication. But in humans, women mature about 1 or 2 years before the males. Think back to junior high school when most of the females were actually women and most of the girls were boys. It became a very awkward situation when teachers tried to make us dance. I don't know about you. Another thing that we sort of take for granted is individuality, visual recognition. Primates are recognizable by facial differences or other differences. In many other species like dogs like to smell each other, come up and they smell each other, check status, see who they are, et cetera, et cetera. We don't do that. We don't come up and smell somebody. Look at them. We know who our family are. We know who mom is, we know who dad is, we know who our siblings are, we know who our friends are. It's not like these old housing developments like Levittown and Long Island, where all the houses were the same. So if you got a little tipsy one night, you really had to be very careful about which house you tried to knock on the door and see if you may have hit the neighbor or somebody in a different street or something. But each one of us is different and recognizably different. We can tell who is who. We sat down and got to know each other for a while. We would know each other person in the class by at least the face, not by the name.